Welcome back, everyone, to Rocket Rabbit Commentaries, movie commentaries. And in this episode, it was Gerdat's time to pick out the next movie that we were going to do, and I have chosen Swordfish from 2001. It is a cyber-terrorist movie with John Travolta and Halle Berry, and, well, yeah.
A lot of big name actors here.
Lots of big name actors, actually. It also has Hugh Jackman in it as our lead. I had totally forgotten that this was one of Hugh Jackman's roles, mostly because although he is our lead, the acting on display here for him is good but not great. And to be perfectly honest, the reason why we're doing Swordfish is because I've got actually a lot of nostalgia for it. To be perfectly honest. Very specifically, there aren't actually all that many clips of this movie floating around because, the movie is officially owned by Warner Brothers, which means having clips of this floating around is detrimental to anyone that's actually trying to do, monetization of things. But there are a lot of individual moments from this movie that are very impressive monologues from John Travolta, and I want to say that this is effectively John Travolta's most, if not most iconic, then one of his more signature villain roles. It's thanks to this that he would end up going to being a villain a full 10 years later in the remake of Taking a Pelham 123, where he is also really good in that. And yeah, the character that he brings to the screen here is honestly really interesting and charismatic.
That the actor whom we have come to associate with more benign roles, like John Travolta's performance as Danny Zuko, playing opposite Olivia Newton-John in Grease, has come a long way from being the innocent, the handsome, the attractive, I hope the good guy wins, where in 1994 he goes on to play Vincent Vega in Pulp Fiction, that I know him thoroughly well from, and then much later stars as the anti-hero in From Russia with Love, where he was bald and he was slapping people around the entire movie.
Well, the only thing that he loses from Grease specifically is innocence, because his character here is not innocent, but he is both handsome and charismatic, and you kind of do want him to win because of his charm. But, he is not innocent in this movie. It feels kind of weird to be focusing so much on John Travolta when I honestly do think that Halle Berry and Hugh Jackman do decent performances throughout this movie. But John Travolta gets the important and impactful monologues. So, yeah. So much so that the movie actually opens up with one. And, yeah. For those of you that want to attempt to watch along at home, we will be starting just before the Warner Brothers distorted imagery comes in, because it is a early 2000s cyber terrorism movie. So we had to pretend that everything is that all of our tech is incredibly shitty for some reason.
The Matrix is everywhere.
Do you have any other experiences with this movie, Mr. Cloud?
Unfortunately, no. Although I am glad that you pointed out that John Travolta's his villain monologue is the very first thing that happens, because that is my most frequent exposure when I used to see Swordfish on TV. It's just the opening. I have no idea what the hell's happening. The movie has a dubious 2.5-star rating, leading me to believe, like you said, like the movie, though I haven't seen it, I can look forward to some great moments. But amid those great moments may be a brief sound of question marks, as well as what the fuck is this. But we'll see about that, because I've come to appreciate that the actors have fallen into their own niches, where you can expect, for example, Hugh Jackman is going to hold his own. Halle Berry is going to be the beautiful and the damned, and John Travolta, of course, stealing the show, even though it's not about him.
Well, it's mostly about him, to be perfectly honest. Also, 2.5 stars is not giving this movie enough justice. I would argue it is a 3.5-star movie. But then again, we're going into subjective rating systems, and that is always a complaint that we should be trying to avoid. All right. Are we ready, Mr. Cloud?
Yeah, we're about as ready as we can be. Are you all ready at home to have a good time over movies?
Here's hoping that the answer was yes. Anyway, shall we begin?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right, 3, 2, 1, press play. Hey, Warner Brothers logo.
It was a dark time in 2001. AOL Instant Messenger was still one of the #1 communications methods on the internet.
And was extremely profitable as well.
Pornography took forever to download.
Yes, it did. Not that I actually remember trying to download any pornography during 2001, but...
Codename Swordfish.
Hey, John Travolta.
Why is the actor in the movie talking about being an actor in the movie?
In some of the deleted lore for the movie specifically, well, John Travolta is actually an actor.
So he's an actor that's gone rogue.
Yes.
So I was right. He does play the same person in every movie he's in.
Not every movie. Because again, in Taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3, he plays a bank teller gone rogue.
Because like the way his style is like, he never raises his voice. He is usually right, even when he's wrong. And he has this befuddled look on his face like anybody would ever raise objection to anything that he says.
So have you actually seen Dog Day Afternoon, Mr. Cloud?
I have. Yeah, that was with Al Pacino and what's his name, who played Fredo Corleone in the Godfather series.
I have not seen Dog Day Afternoon, so...
Attica. So the premise of Dog Day Afternoon was a bank robber whose motives do not become revealed until the very end of the movie is trying to hold people hostage in order to obtain a ransom. But part of the point of the movie is that it's social commentary and how live television and news reporting can turn people into celebrities inside of a day. What's with the fucking shaky camera?
No, that is a director choice.
Like, is it like, can the dude like stand still for a second? This is not how you communicate. That soul patch looks more like an airplane runway.
It does.
Oh, he gave away the... Yeah, that's why Al Pacino was trying to get the money in Dog Day Afternoon. His friend was trying to get a sex change operation. Your opinions on films intrigue me. Meanwhile, there are hostages whom I am still deciding on what their fate is, and I need money. Oh yeah, that's right. So he's got his fingers on the trigger every second.
Yeah. He's not only does he have his fingers on the trigger. That's supposedly a dead man switch for a radio explosive.
Right. So if he drops it, or if if he flatlines, then the hostages die.
Yep.
Gotcha.
I mean, we're not supposed to know that there are hostages yet, but yeah, now that we've seen the police helicopters and the barricade, it's quite clear what's going on at this point.
That's quite a way to set up a character, that he is surrounded on all sides by death, but he is completely invulnerable. The noir themes are noted also by the use of muted trumpet, jazz, and brass swells. Say, how are my lovely people doing? Are the bomb straps too tight? Too bad.
So, because we are opening with a hostage scene, it is a bit of a shock of how what is what we believe is going to be happening here. You know.
Yeah. I do think that it is appropriate for this movie to refer to Dog Day Afternoon, which basically it's a very similar premise, that it's happening in the middle of the day, the eyes of the nation are on a TV screen, and lives are at stake. Oh, that's the guy from Fight Club who played the narrator's boss. There are a lot of recognizable faces in Swordfish.
Yes, there are.
And I see that after Vincent Vega came back to life after getting shot to death by Bruce Willis, that he came back as a super terrorist and decided to stop being a lackey and be a boss. Take the shot! And then one of the bad guys dies.
So, are you ready for one of the most gruesome explosions ever put to TV, Mr. Cloud?
Is it as bad as Scanners?
We see less of the explosion than in Scanners, but
now I'm beginning to understand why this is one of the most heavily edited movies that makes it to TV. Oh, that wasn't that bad.
Are you sure? Because we spend the next minute on this pan around for how much destruction this causes.
Da 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 da. Okay, I'll admit that was a pretty cool shot.
Yes.
Well, holy shit, that was just one explosive.
Yeah, and it took down half the fucking barricade, blew out every window on the block, and spread all these steel ball bearings literally fucking everywhere. As we zoom in on our actual protagonist, Stan.
I'm glad it was a ball bearing and not an eyeball. Wait. Let's start from the beginning.
Well, not the beginning, but earlier in the week.
For 6 months, I didn't know how to dress.
I also was Russian, apparently. So I will go so far as to say that the first 15/10 minutes of this movie are much more confusing than they really should be. Opening on the hostage crisis that we're going to come back to later is a definite intense and interesting director choice. But we're going to spend the rest of the movie attempting to build back to that, and there's quite a bit of downtime that ends up happening in the first 20 minutes because of it.
Well, yeah, I mean, so the formula of starting the story at the end, I mean, can I refer you to James Cameron's Titanic?
You can.
As in
the thing is, that's a 3-hour movie, and this is an 1.5-hour movie.
Oh, good. So they'll accomplish the same thing, but do it twice as quickly.
And with less car sex, actually.
The idea is that just by one's ability to tell a story, that there's always at least one party present that knows how the story ends before it actually ends for the audience. It sets the scope of expectations. But then they could not open the elevator. There's a traffic jam on the escalator.
I don't know why
that pram is out of control.
I don't know why he decided to go up if his plan was to get out. He should have gone down, you know?
He says, guys, you want to hustle a little bit? Except he's not actually the guy they should be after. He is just a diversion. So, did this movie come out before or after September 11th?
It was made before September 11th, okay? I'm not sure if it came out after or before.
Because the thing about release dates for movies is that what it does in effect also is give publishers lots and lots of chances to finalize the work before it's published.
Right.
All right. So Swordfish film. What was the release date for this movie? June 8th. So now that we're in DC, we might even be able to see, like, well, I see the Department of Homeland Security did not stop that guy from doing what he did because there was no Department of Homeland Security. Four. Ooh.
Hey, Miss Holly Berry.
Beautiful women and sexy cars.
And golf clubs.
Were you looking at me, or were you distracted by the woman in the red dress?
Both.
I'm Ginger, and I'm eating a Twizzler. So much swearing.
Yes. That might be one of the other big reasons why Swordfish sticks out to me, because I do believe I actually we rented it and it was the uncensored cut. So.
No shortage of booty action in this flick. She shoots, she scores. This film brought to you by Heineken. Says the lady drinking a beer. That's a Monopoly reference.
Yep.
I find it so funny that Hugh Jackman represents a whole entourage of English or Australian actors who do such great work playing Americans.
To be perfectly honest, it's difficult to actually, it's difficult to actually separate him. It's one of the things that I actually do like about Hugh Jackman in this movie. He actually does act like, a a Southern American, good boy, just with more education behind him.
He's so young in this movie.
Oh yeah. Oddly enough, this was a year before he was making X-Men, so, and he looks much older than that.
Don't you ever say the name Holly to me ever again. It's Saturday, and by Wednesday, the world as we know it is going to be changed. I am noticing a lot of exposition drop that
we're doing a lot of
feels
telling instead of showing,
forced.
but we're also doing
Yes.
a decent amount of showing over telling as well. But we're using telling to reinforce the showing.
Also, this guy's a hacker, yet I have not seen him in the same shot as a computer this entire time.
He just got out of prison, so he's not allowed. He's not allowed near a internet connected device, or he risks going back to jail and never coming out again. They did actually explain that. So.
And because he got arrested and sent to prison for hacking crimes, he's estranged from his daughter.
Yep. Also, as a little bit of irony,
that Halle Berry got thrown to the ground, and yet her dress is perfectly clean.
There's that. Also, he has a puppy dog.
Dogs in films.
I mean, Melissa did tell him to get a dog, and now he has one.
Well, see, don't give people redundant advice. Or maybe it's nice to be confirmed. Yes, I do think it's a good idea to have a dog. I already have one. Okay, now I'm starting to get it. So they're gonna persuade Stanley to do a job. In exchange, he gets that much closer to getting his daughter back.
Yep.
All the money in the world cannot bring my child back to me. Sexy, beautiful, gorgeous.
And so we have returned to Los Angeles field office.
So this whole story takes place in L.A.
Yeah, or around the Southern California area, rather. Sorry, he's finished.
They're trying to trick him. I can tell these guys are having fun.
Well, they're trying to
brings
be
out the best in
intimidating.
it.
Unfortunately for them, the controlling powers behind the scenes are scarier than they are. So,
So they're playing good cop, hard to pronounce cop. When Survivor was the biggest thing in television. So I know how much strength to apply when I throw you up against the wall.
and out the door.
Eat a dick, homie.
Oh, look, more government bureaucrats.
You know, the Fourth Amendment prohibits the unreasonable search and seizure of persons and property in the United States. This is the law of the land.
So, a Finnish hacker dude that I don't remember the name of, give us a reason.
Just give me a reason not to blow your fucking head off. Tell me everything you know about this, and you may walk out here again.
Actually, he's threatening to blow off his hands, but yeah.
You don't want to know what it's like to have to masturbate with only one hand. Don't make me have to show you what it's like.
For the record, that's a thing that has been coming more and more common as technology advances. You know, being effectively a subcontractor beneath a large corporation banner instead of individual people.
Right, because that's what internet has done to communications. Is we've gone well beyond the days of wire, telegram, letters, and other remote message sending. Now you could send messages across the world instantaneously, and your anonymity is that much easier to secure.
And so John Travolta returns to our movie.
He lives a life where it is nothing but the club.
Well, he's got more to it than just his club life, thankfully, but...
Okay, so this is the movie telling when it should be showing. Like if you showed me this,
show us in order to reinforce the telling here. Okay, it is because
yeah, but it's just this is all it's doing is just giving the actor a chance to speak, because actors do most of their acting in the form of speech.
Right.
I mean, okay, that's not necessarily true. Actors mostly use their faces and their body language in order to act, but the speech also is important, except it's superfluous. Like, we know he's in control. We know he's calculating. We know he's intelligent. Heh. Nobody pushes around a Swede.
finish.
And now it is revealed that these two have been colluding this entire time.
Actually, no, believe it or not. I mean... And this is when we get the drop that, yeah, there are extremely deep political powers that we're going to have to deal with in this movie. They faked a phone call from the secretary director of the FBI. So,
they're gonna shoot him through the glass.
they are.
And
It's got another minute yet, Mr. Cloud. It's fine.
and boom, the witness is dead.
Well, no, the hacker is dead.
And now the lawyer is dead.
Yes.
No, Roberts, I'm not giving you your job back. Get the fuck out of here, you crazy bitch.
Although I don't understand how they got out.
Where the hell have these two been this whole time?
They're transitioning into a deeper club.
Ah, they're going to the same club to meet what's his name.
We don't actually know his name yet, so...
Oh yeah, that's right, we don't. All we have is just a very thorough description as to his personality and what he's capable of as a villain.
Yep.
You know, as you're walking through the dance floor, suddenly you're dancing with everybody. And he's super suave. Wait, his name is Gabriel?
Yep. His name is technically Gabriel Nassif. I don't think his last name is ever actually said out loud, but yeah.
Thomas Gabriel. Live free or die hard. So we have this observed pattern of character naming in the 2000s that seems to suggest that that Gabriel, an angel of God, also is proficient in internet, cybersecurity, and hacking.
Well, he's not himself proficient in it, but...
Ding, dun 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 ding. Here, have a drink. It may convince you. Oh, that what? Ew. Sloppy bitch. It was like, this is the best you can do? Really? Girl spit all over me.
So, this makes this the second most sexually explicit movie that we've actually done on the channel.
Right. There's a lot of blowing going around in this room right now. Like, do you have to put the lady's lips around him?
Yes, they do. You see, the theory here is that he's got so much adrenaline and stress going through him that very specifically this will actually be a performance upgrade for him.
No, this has to be just a test. I don't need motivation from the dude while the lady is doing just fine. Especially when they're in the same room. You know, it is at this point that systems would lock out somebody who had made too many erroneous login attempts.
Well, he's not actually making login attempts is the thing. He's working around the login page.
This is an empty threat. There is no possible way that they could shoot him. He's the best they got.
Good call,
Yeah,
Mr.
they
Cloud.
were fucking with him. And not because we already know for a fact that Hugh Jackman survives beyond this scene. But he did just get lucky. And now the girl's going to try kissing him on the lips. Now, if you all will excuse me, I'm going to go to the bathroom.
Really? It didn't look like you were doing much help back there. Aha.
You could have helped me better than she did.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, come on. Yeah, you guys just go, you know, piss your pants outside. Leave us be. Damn, dude, this movie is getting my heart thumping. Just my heart right now. Again, too much telling. Must show. What dead end job? The dude was
a mechanic on an
driving
oil
golf
field.
balls. Oh, that's why he lives at an oil derrick, is because he works there.
Yep.
Okay, so that part I didn't understand, but I mean, for God's sake, like, why can't they do like the Fred Flintstone thing where the company whistle blows and then he says yabba dabba doo and then he goes home and he takes his shirt off? You
We
know?
don't have enough time in the movie to actually show him being, you know, a blue collar laborer.
A bullshit. I just watched a blow or get blown scene, and they don't have time to just demonstrate using visuals and sound effects that he works a pretty
They did.
innocuous
You just didn't pick
occupation.
up on it.
No, I thought that he lived at an oil field because he's in the fucking witness protection program or something.
No, he's definitely not in witness protection. He's out of prison.
Stanley Jobs. His last name is Jobs.
Yes, sometimes they are way too fucking literal, okay? There are problems in this movie, but I still think it's a fun watch.
My name is Gabriel. He's an angel. Ba, 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 ba. Also cliche, men who spend most of their days inside a video booth by themselves sitting down and watching videos also are,
Sexually
shall we
repressed.
say, right, they're all like rubbing shoulders, grinning over like naked pictures. Yeah. That girl's gonna die at some point, and it's not gonna be a painless death either.
And into the pool they go without
boo.
proper swimwear.
I am so glad that my first time watching Swordfish all the way through was not from a heavily mutilated by edits TV production. Because, like for example, the freedom just be able to curse freely in a movie, that lends to the feel of the movie, because it's a simulation of how people talk in real life. Simulation of what people do in real life. That's also why I can't watch Pulp Fiction in the edited form, because it just completely neuters the spirit of the movie.
Now, can you ever think of a reason why you would need 7 monitors, Mr. Cloud?
Yes. So I can play The Witcher 3, of course.
Okay, there's 2 monitors. What else? What are you going to use the other 5 for?
For a complete 360-degree rotation. Without having to turn my head.
That's not how the POV in The Witcher 3 works, though.
Not the way my buddy did it. Meanwhile, I'm gonna go have a cigarette and have sexy thoughts.
Why are you going to make this more difficult for me?
This is the world's most impressive 6-screen TV.
7.
But none of these 7 monitors are going to bear any fucking relevance to the rest of the story beyond this scene.
Not entirely true. We do get a cyber terrorist montage a bit later.
You can't say the word hard-on TV because it refers to the male erection.
And so Stanley signs himself over to Gabriel Nassif, also known as the Devil.
Is that what he calls himself, the Devil?
No, he does not call himself the Devil. But you brought up the angel parallel, so
you got a point. Except that Gabriel and Lucifer were 2 different angels.
Yes,
That's why they have different names. Except that one remained loyal to God and the other did not.
Hey, Holly.
Oh, hello, ladies. Yeah. Now at this point, I am convinced I will never ever watch this movie on TNT.
Ow.
Says the lady with no shirt on.
And so we enter a slower point of the movie.
This is planting seeds right now, because at some point Stanley is going to be watching this same bespectacled, adorable elementary school child staring fearfully back in his eyes saying, "Daddy, please save me," while a terrorist is holding a gun up to her head.
Not up to her head. Now,
my daddy issues have isolated me.
Did you ever have a Walkman, Mr. Cloud?
Oh man, I think so, except that I never really used it.
Okay.
You know what I had? I had a talk boy.
Ooh.
Like the one that Macaulay Culkin had in Home Alone 2. And he started making edited videos so that he could order himself room service. Wait. How long was Stanley in prison for?
2 years.
What the fuck? 2 years? Okay, fine. I get it. No amount of time between parent and child is appropriate, but 2 fucking years? Making it sound like he had his life taken away?
Well, he feels like his life has been taken away. He's not allowed to do the thing that he's good at anymore.
She's got a little beanie baby, and it's a giraffe.
Also, Hugh Jackman got his ear pierced.
It's the perfect disguise. See, rehabilitated men wear jewelry.
And so she knows something is up, but she's not allowed to discuss it. Blech.
You know, the thing about giraffes, Mr. Gerdat, is they have really long necks.
And you know who else has a really long neck, Mr. Cloud?
Hostages.
Actually, hostages have relatively short necks on average. I was going to refer to, government spying agencies like the NSA. Oh, look who decided to show up.
Yeah, son. Where the fuck does he think he's going?
Well, he's right next to a beach, so...
I got it. Let's get naked. They'll never find him. But if they get enough pictures of his ass, he may be compromised.
So, you ready for the most stupid stunt in the entire movie, Mr. Cloud? Whee! Ow! Ow!
He made it look easy. Let's all do it now. Now it's your turn.
Ow!
Whee!
And remember, this is dune grass, so they're probably getting ripped the fuck up while they're doing all this rolling.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You could. Now what he landed on tarp.
Yeah, because not only is this a sand dune, it's also a very sheer sand dune.
Oh no! Here comes the water slide. Jesus Christ, this is just 45 seconds of men rolling down a hill.
Getting absolutely sliced apart by dune grass. Ouch.
Get out of the car. Oh shit, it's him. Well, that was futile. Like they might as well have just cut the shot to him getting apprehended.
I don't like you, Don Cheadle.
It's easier to lie when you're not looking at the person you're lying to.
Yep.
Don Cheadle, I can never get mad at you.
Yeah, John Cheadle actually has got a good role in this movie, too.
Oh, now it's 18 months. Oh, okay, what did they do to him? Did they laugh at him in the cafeteria?
So, the accusation that Stanley just made there is basically how the NSA forms. The carnivore program, as Stanley was, just briefly glossing over, allowed the government to specifically access virtually every single instance of email communication between third parties.
So this is like a precursor to the Patriot Act.
Yeah.
Where the Patriot Act, that was a post 9/11 legislation that gave It gave law enforcement authorities greater access to information that otherwise would be blocked from them. So here's my number, so call me maybe. Hey, I just met you.
Yep.
Really? These guys are just going to carry on fishing like nothing happened?
Well, they didn't get to see the full tumble stunt. They just, saw some dude get run over, if that.
No, there's a reason why there were men fishing in that scene. Is because there's more to catch than just fish. There's more to catch than just swordfish.
And Holly Berry.
Baby, you are the most beautiful woman to point a gun at me all day. Is this what our culture has come to? Is just nonstop sex and violence? Are we living?
Well, the thing
in a
is,
Clockwork
this
Orange?
isn't actually supposed to be sexy, Mr. Cloud. This is supposed to be tense
What
because.
the fuck are you talking about? She's half naked holding a gun.
Yes, but the reason why she's holding the gun is specifically because Stanley knows what the other accessory that she's wearing, which is a it's a police wire.
A wire. Guys, you can stop with the suspense already. We already know that Stanley's going to live for the next couple days because, as I understand, according to the reverse chronological order storytelling, that we're 3 days away from a Dog Day afternoon.
Now, the thing is, I think DEA is in a totally different spot in our current day as it was back in the early 2000s, because she makes it sound like that's a very relevant a government or organization. But I'm pretty sure they're one of our environmental branches, aren't they?
No. The DAA, that's the organization of the United States that's investigating the international drug cartels in Southern America going over the border of Mexico.
Okay, so why does that organization specifically give a shit about cyberterrorism?
Because cyberterrorism is in the field of communications, which is the most important function of the internet, is the ability for people to communicate without being in the same room as each other.
And now we're going to get the backstory for the movie title.
Oh, why is the movie called Swordfish? Yep. As in codename Swordfish?
Yep.
Come on, somebody say it.
They already did. You missed it.
All right, now that the cops are walking out, now we can talk about all the murder, mayhem, and boobies we want. This scene is reminiscent of the beginning scene, except that John Travolta cannot smoke a cigar inside a coffee shop. Wait, no, this is the same
This
coffee
is the same
shop.
coffee shop. World Bank.
I don't know much about anything except boobies, but I think there's something going on here, guys. My boner never lies.
And so Don Cheadle has finally identified the actual antagonist of the movie.
It's him. Got him. Right, but where's the swordfish? Did I miss it?
Yeah, you did. Okay.
Fuck.
Very specifically, John Travolta's character Gabriel is attempting to funnel a bunch of old drug money that was siphoned into successful businesses through a government program called Operation Swordfish, and he's trying to do so for reasons that have not yet been explained. I mean, they're going to be very obvious when they get explained, but yeah.
Is he also trying to help his estranged lover get a sex change operation?
No, mostly because
Okay.
his estranged lover is Holly, so, as in Holly Berry.
Right.
Ginger, yeah, that.
Ginger. Gabriel, Ginger, and Stanley. Oh shit, what is happening?
Oh, we're doing a visual representation of what Stanley believes is happening. We're going underneath the bank directly into. Actually, no. This is right. This is Stanley's old university machine that is still up and running.
Man, they really made sure that they got as much out of their music production budget as possible, because the musical swells in this movie at times they're good, but then other times it's a bit distracting.
Yeah.
Look at what Hollywood has done.
And so we have shifted all the way over to Virginia.
Who the fuck is this asshole?
This is one of the high-ending ranking senators that we saw earlier in the movie. You know, that decided to go delegate the task force over to Don Cheadle's character.
And here we see Gabriel in one of his most vulnerable looking appearances so far, showing that he is human after all. Oh, so he's not the mastermind.
Yes, he is.
So Gabriel is a former government employee.
No, Gabriel is a current government employee working a Black Ops operation. And he officially is coming to blows with this senator who is, technically financing a good portion of this operation, in specifically to finance yet a different operation. There's a lot of money circling around, Mr. Cloud.
I can tell, because if there's one hallmark of characters who smoke cigars, is that they typically have money.
For the record, that is not how you're supposed to treat dog ownership.
Well, so it comes a time where you just gotta take them out back and shoot them. It's just the way it is.
But it's a puppy dog. They can be trained to be better than that. Alright. Here is our cyber terrorism montage.
Yay. Montage time. Yeah. Time to bust a move.
I do really like. You've already mentioned the soundtrack and sound budgeting being really having mixed results in this movie, and I actually think overall that the soundtrack mixing and audio cues that they play throughout the movie in general are actually really good.
Yeah, like for example, this is one. So far, this is one of the best scenes in the movie. It's just Hugh Jackman being himself.
Yeah. 50,000.
Which honestly, I've been noticing that a lot. It cannot be a coincidence that I keep catching these actors like breaking a grin on screen. They're improvising, and that's good. That's good acting at work. You got the right recipe and you got the right chemistry to bring out the best in these actors.
I like that Stanley
he's
has got a
gonna do it.
lot of different, gimmicky rituals that he has while he's going through and building the Hydra.
People are strange. Yeah, work it, baby. Shake those hips. It's a box.
Well, it's a Hydra.
We've done it.
I mean, it looks like a box, but it is a Hydra.
60 years and a bottle of wine later, we have finally constructed a three-dimensional object.
Well,
we've done it.
2.5 days, but yeah.
Oh, okay, so now he's going into the wine cellar.
Yep.
Oh, I see now what he's been buying with all that money that he got so far.
Actually, no.
Vintage.
We don't see Stanley spend any of the money that he's made off of this job yet. Mostly because he's effectively living rent free for the next week at Gabriel's compound. Hi, Gabriel.
What the fuck?
Hi, Gabriel. I did. It was you. So this.
What the fuck was that?
Oh, that is a seed for later in the movie.
And this same artist also has a knack for making lifelike sculptures and caricatures of myself and then planting them in places as Halloween pranks.
No. Gabriel is referring to Houdini for here because we have officially entered the swerve part of the movie.
No. Hang on. We have not spent enough time in this car to suddenly have a car chase scene. Somebody's gonna crash.
Multiple people are going to crash, in fact.
And why is this is Los Angeles? Why is the steering wheel on the right side of the car?
I mean, it's an imported vehicle, Mr. Cloud.
Okay, I see. It takes a lot of money to put European cars on the other side of the United States.
So you played this mission in Grand Theft Auto 5, right?
Nope. Come on, hit me. Hit me.
Where are we going, Gabriel?
You can't ask a dude to just suddenly learn how to drive stick. That's how you ruin your transmission.
I mean, we only need to be in second gear for most of the time, right?
You see, you're talking to somebody who can't answer that question. At this point, the audience is just like kind of sighing and just laying back and saying, "Wow, okay, I'm at a loss. From now on, I'm just gonna let the movie do its thing, and I'm just gonna nod my head and take its word for it." Like, what the fuck?
I mean, this is end of '90s era action filler, Mr. Cloud. You know, we usually had really explosive car chases in the '90s.
Yeah, I mean, Fast and Furious was already a thing by this point, I think.
I don't think so. I think Fast and Furious 1 is 2002, isn't it?
Let's check it out. Come on, you got the gist of things. Men driving cars, guns firing, people ducking for cover. Oh no, what has happened to my neighborhood? Open 24 hours, but now suddenly closed.
Due to exploding SUVs.
Was that the senator?
No, it was not the senator, but Gabriel knows who it was.
Oh, I see. Wait. Oh, okay. So, actually, here's an interesting thing: is Fast and Furious 1 came out a whole 13 days after this movie was released in the United States. So, for all intents and purposes, these two movies were drawing inspiration from the same source material in order to create car chase sequences.
Damn it, Ginger. Anyway, we have now fast traveled over to Oregon.
Finally, something's happening in Oregon.
Well, I mean, not really. But this is some beautiful landscape photography for Oregon, wouldn't you say, Mr. Cloud?
Yeah, except that no. That's a real shot of a helicopter. That's not a computer generated image. God damn it! You're making me lose my catch. Oh, it's this fucking guy.
Yeah, it's a senator.
There are a lot of moments in this movie where so far I've been saying, "Oh, it's this fucking guy." There are a lot of fucking guys in this movie.
There you go, Mr. Cloud. There's your payoff.
This isn't a soul patch. It's a fake patch. I just glue it to my chin every morning. This car is about to explode.
Yes, it is.
And I have no idea who the victim is.
Oh, it's the senator's secretary.
Look, the secretary? It's a fucking desk job. I am just grinning now. This is funny.
So Gabriel likes his claymores. That is what we have learned from this.
You know what I love about American films that take place in historical context? It's only when the movie is trying to maintain an air of historical accuracy that they actually mention, like, who's the president of the United States? What was on the news today? What was the #1 selling album on the U.S. top 40 charts?
And so Stanley has been paid $10 million for a Hydra. Woot!
There's still a Jordan. You know, a true murderer can pull the trigger on somebody and their heart rate will never go above 85. We know this, Stanley. We know that your daughter's the most important thing in the world to you.
You know, Stanley looks like in this scene, Stanley looks a lot like Brad Pitt from Fight Club.
It's the clean shaven look, and it's also the blonde bangs. War, yeah. What is it good?
And welcome to Gabriel's Hidden Workshop.
Welcome to the lockbox. We lock and we rock. We do this every single day. We make sure our guns are clean and our ladies are mean. The freaking irony of this movie now is just screaming at me.
Yeah.
Which, of course, you know, nobody, like, it's a conversation entirely as to the theories surrounding September 11th, but yeah, that was the point of the event, is that it opened our eyes to the possibility of domestic terrorism or international terrorism striking Americans.
Right.
Well, somebody just pulled the plug.
Stanley did.
And now we're finally getting to the part of the movie where we started the movie.
Yes, we're going to actually see the start of the bank robbery. Oddly enough, Gabriel's not trying to rob the bank itself, though. As he has just explained to Stan, instead of actually going through the phone lines, we're entering the bank directly in order to use the bank's closed circuit system in order to funnel all the money from Operation Swordfish from their offshore accounts to one specific location.
Oh, thank God nobody got hurt. You know, that's what the button underneath your desk is for, guy. Any of you fucking pricks move.
And of course,
Okay,
Gabriel's able to delegate literally every action in this scene.
Right, so at this point he's Hans Gruber from Die Hard. What kind of terrorists are you? Who said we were terrorists?
Behold the bomb vests.
Now available in 4 sizes.
Medium, large, extra large, and explosive.
You want the explosive size, come on. You really want to make a bang for your friends.
And this is where Gabriel's level of power gets kind of stupidly scary.
Oh my god, Halle Berry was a robot this entire time.
No, he managed to divert some of his forces specifically to kidnap Holly. Oh, and kill both her stepdad, and I think it's implied that Melissa is dead too. I'm not sure.
Yeah, she's dead. She's 100% dead. Oh, not her glasses. She can't see a thing without her glasses.
And now we have returned to the start of the movie.
That jump was a little too abrupt. Oh, come on. You guys worked so hard on that panorama shot, and now you're just giving us a rehash secondhand just quick serve. Are all the main characters all right?
I mean, we haven't seen Halle Berry in a bit, so wonder where Ginger is.
Oh, she's dead.
What makes you think that
dead.
Ginger's dead?
Too many people are dead. Just start cutting them off. The movie's almost over.
I mean, we still got a full 10 minutes left of the movie, Mr. Cloud.
Oh, so as for those of us present who have not seen Dog Day Afternoon, Al Pacino and what's his name, they do make it to the runway, they do make it to the airport, but they never make it on the plane.
Yeah.
The end. The plane is foiled. One of them dies, and the other goes to prison for life. And that, my friends, is the long-term cost of getting the short-term thrill of being the man of the hour.
Bye, Holly.
It's nice if they let her take the giraffe with her. Like we needed any more clues that it was her. Like, her glasses were smashed in the bedroom. She's not wearing glasses. Confirmed. Same person. No glasses. But I suppose then that's part of the magic of, shall we say, short-length movies, is that you have to make the imagery as idiot-proof as possible so that we understand with no discrepancy or confusion whatsoever what's happening. So he's taking all the money that was obtained during Operation Swordfish, and he's giving it to every American in the United States.
No, he's dispersing it across a bunch of accounts that Gabriel's got access to.
Ah. So he's a thief and a psychopath. Gotcha.
I mean, not really a psychopath, but he is a terrorist. Aw, thanks, Gabriel.
You've just been had.
Yoink!
Don't you ever fuck with me, Stanley. Don't you ever try to fuck me. Another Al Pacino movie, Scarface, 1983, Miami, Florida. Looks like the shoe's on the other foot. Oh, Ginger is still alive.
I mean, she was a starring actor, a starring actress in this movie. She's not going to die off screen, Mr. Cloud. Come on.
And then she comes back to play alongside Pierce Brosnan in Die Another Day in 2002. Oh, come on. You don't care.
I mean, Stanley
care.
doesn't want other people to die. That's the whole.
Oh, she's done. She's done. Her neck would have snapped inside the first 5 seconds of that thing hoisting her up. After all that's all it took.
I mean, he as Gabriel mentions, supposedly Stanley put in a back door so that he could, so that at the very least he could actually get back in if he needed to. But
give me the codes, Natalia. Give them to me. Thank you, Hugh Jackman, for saying "shut the fuck up" to John Travolta. All the arrows are pointing to the dot. Let her go. Yeah, bring her down. Great job, everybody. Great job.
And so now all the money is in one bank in Monte Carlo.
Oh, that was pointless.
Oh, Gabriel knew she was.
We already.
Gabriel knew.
We already knew
yeah,
that.
but it's a surprise to the audience that Gabriel knew that she was DEA.
Fuck, Gabriel knows everything.
Yes, but
he's an angel of God.
Yes, it is implied pretty heavily that Gabriel knows everything, but the audience did not have that actual confirmation yet. So you ready for the stupidest chase scene in the movie, Mr. Cloud?
You mean they get dumber?
Yes.
The wheels on the bus go round and round.
That is not very nice, Mr. Terrorist.
Thank you, Dr. Seuss.
So we're gonna get one more famous movie reference that that I have also not seen from Gabriel before our movie is over.
Is it Speed?
No,
Starring Keanu Reeves, Sandra Bullock, and Dennis Hopper?
Speed's 98, right?
95.
95. So yeah, Speed would have been in the popular zeitgeist by now.
Oh, the Speed was very much in the popular zeitgeist by this time. Like I'm telling you, dude. Every person who is in a movie theater watching this would think this feels like a scene from Speed, because most of that movie takes place on a fucking bus with a bunch of people who are at risk of death because of an explosive trap.
Actually, plenty, believe it or not.
Dun 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 dun.
Although this hangar looks suspiciously like the one they used in The Rock.
Great acoustics. The echoiness is just perfect.
And here we go, Mr. Cloud.
No, that's not the way the man was pointing.
Indeed.
Because he's a smart motherfucker. Of course he's going to try to divert from the apparent plan.
So have you seen Sugarland Express, Mr. Cloud?
Is that a Steven Spielberg movie?
I don't know. I know literally nothing about the reference that he's making here, except that apparently it involves a flying bus.
So let the record show that this is the most number of times that Rocker Rabbit Commentaries had to research films while watching a film for Rocker Rabbit Commentaries. Sugarland Express. Wait, are they lifting the they're lifting the fucking
with
bus.
A helicopter.
With one helicopter. My suspense of disbelief is now hanging well over the precipice of my incredulity.
This is what we would call in the movie business as jumping the shark.
Okay, so Sugarland Express, yep, it came out in 1974. And it was... But is it a Steven Spielberg film? It was a Steven Spielberg film. I knew it.
Nice.
And John Williams was the music composer.
Of course he was. John Williams has worked with like every other project that Steven Spielberg has worked on.
Okay, this... If they were trying to bring a smile to the audience's faces with the number of ridiculous and preposterous situations that we've come to, this definitely tops them all. And they have succeeded. Yeah, did you not think through that it might be difficult to drive a helicopter carrying a bus through a city?
How about half of a bus?
We're going down. Ladies and gentlemen, this will be the most important film yet released to audiences. We will be rich and powerful.
Well, that's one way to get out of a meeting, Mr. Cloud.
Plot twists, ladies and gentlemen. We will win our audiences over with plot twists.
Ah! Ow.
Now, if only they actually gave us the specs on this helicopter to explain, like, how the helicopter in GoldenEye was immune to the effects of electromagnetic interference to make this possible.
Now, I have sneaking suspicion that that particular bomb vest was less powerful than the one that was detonated at street level, because we don't actually get to see as much devastation from that explosion as we saw from the one at street level, you know?
Well, see, devastation also is the measure of the number of objects around that could be devastated.
True.
Like, oh, okay, magical terrorist man. Your magic school bus has now effectively defied all of the laws of physics. It's raising a middle finger to the American population. And we are waiting with bated breath to see where this magical tour is going to end. It ends on the roof of a building.
Yep.
And everyone is perfectly
Not
okay.
everyone. We did lose one of the...
Except, of course, for the guy who blew up.
Yeah, we lost one terrorist and one hostage.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stay calm. We're here to investigate the apparent... Whoa, guys, chill. What's happening? It's not like there's a bus on the roof or anything.
Yes, there is, sir. Now, will you please leave the lobby?
And the helicopter got away, never to be seen again.
Yep.
This movie is freaking meta, dude.
Yes, it is. Yeah, they didn't take one of the RPGs with them, Mr. Cloud. Why did they not take...
Okay, that's just the king of plot holes right there. Take the shot! No! Yeah!
Boom! We blowed up another helicopter.
In my opinion, this is one of the most appropriate ways to kill a player acted by John Travolta.
Oh, he missed.
Just blow him up with a fucking rocket-propelled grenade and shoot him out of the sky from a helicopter.
No, Cloud, he missed.
What do you mean
He missed.
The fucking helicopter
Yes,
blew
the
up.
helicopter blew up. And we're going to get a little bit more misdirection here, but I'm going to spoil this now. Yeah, Gabriel survived.
Boom. Gabriel survived.
Yes, Gabriel survived. That isn't Gabriel.
Because and that was the point of him finding a fucking stunt dummy in the wine
Yep.
fridge.
Sorry, Gabriel Shear.
So what? They're going to reveal at the last second that actually he was in touch with a fucking like genetic engineering company to create clones of himself so that he could fake his own death?
No, actually, the reveal is actually much simpler than that. You saw the movie Face Off with Nicolas Cage, right?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
So he didn't actually get on the helicopter, but then where did this body come from?
This body is the one that Stanley found. This body is the one that Stanley found in the wine cellar.
So they planted this body, which is not really a body.
No, it is a real body.
So what the fuck is this?
Okay, I'll go through the plot twist in the credits because the credits are a tad lengthy. So, but yeah, this is the end of the movie. Stanley is $10 million richer. He uses the money in order to specifically win over full custody for Haley, especially because Melissa's dead, so it's much easier for him to do it. And then they go on a tour across America.
It's a crime to bring a helicopter down in a fiery heap in the middle of downtown Los Angeles with an RPG?
Yes, it is. Thankfully, Stanley didn't get charged for that.
Do you know that it's illegal to own a rocket-propelled grenade?
Stanley didn't own the RPG.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, so that's the movie magic. Yep. The slate is wiped clean, thanks to your involvement in assisting the U.S. government in bringing in known terrorists to justice.
Yep.
Storm's coming. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
And so we return to Monte Carlo.
Return? We were never here.
Exactly, Mr. Cloud.
You can't return to a place you've never been to, Mr. Gerdat.
Well, the movie was already in Monte Carlo once, so...
Okay, and now we find the totally still alive... Well, if Gabriel's still alive, then you know what? Halle Berry should still be alive,
She is.
I'm not sure what the point of that shoe shot was, but sure. Wait, is that...
Yeah, that's Ginger.
I fucking knew it. I knew she was still alive.
And so the big plot twist of the movie is that Ginger was not actually DEA, but working with Gabriel the entire time.
For God's sake, that's your idea of changing identity? You thought I had a soul patch? Nope. I shaved it off.
He also looks like 5 years older, okay?
So what's the lesson of the movie, ladies and gentlemen? Things are not always as they seem.
That and cyberterrorism is apparently very lucrative. Also, explosions are cool.
Oh, business is booming.
Yes. All right. I really like this movie. I understand that it is not actually all that good of a movie. It has lots of, narrative plot holes, and its pacing is significantly worse than it should be. The graphical effects get annoying at the start and end of the movie, but it is an artistic choice that makes sense thematically. So, I enjoyed this movie. What did you think of it, Mr. Cloud?
I think that this movie is laugh out loud dumb entertaining.
Oh yeah, definitely that. So,
there are points where you can tell when the movie is taking itself seriously, and there are points where you can tell the movie is definitely not taking itself seriously.
Yeah, our hostage crisis ends with a flying bus escort. Yeah.
And they thought that the flying Ford Anglia from Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets looked
and
silly.
It was silly. But, that was a kid's movie, and this is definitely not a kid's movie.
This is definitely not a kid's movie. Too much sex, too much upper body, female nudity, too much swearing, too much violence. A little horrifying at times.
So, in order to go through the actual plot twist of the movie, I need to go a little bit into Nicolas Cage's Face Off. In Face Off, our protagonist and our antagonist end up doing a cosmetic literal face swap in order to change their identities. to do a deep infiltration of a criminal organization. Nicolas Cage is the actual villain in this movie, but it gets rather confusing from there, and that is what Gabriel did. He used cosmetic surgery specifically to replace someone else in the area that he's in order to become them, and use not only their assets but the assets that he has been stockpiling over all the different identity swaps that he's done in order to eventually fund his anti-terrorism cult.
So he just has like a whole suitcase full of John Travolta faces, and he just plants them on people so that he could create bodies in order to make other people think that he's
not
dead.
John Travolta faces. It's a throwaway line during the confrontation with the senator in Oregon that John Travolta has done this exact trick multiple times already, and this is probably upwards of his fifth or somewhere between his fifth and his 10th body swap. It's unsure of when Ginger became a key component of this, but yeah, Ginger was always working with Gabriel.
Well, all right, and we were talking, of course, about the cultural zeitgeist, which is the ever-present background of the context in which we sit and watch a movie like this, like putting ourselves in the shoes of people watching this in 2001, well after that year had come and changed the world more than once since then.
Yeah.
And I can refer to Die Another Day again, that also had a kind of like change of identity subplot going on.
James Bond does that a little bit from time to time. Oddjob never changes his identity though, so.
Oddjob never has to, because Oddjob, he's just dead.
Yeah, he is just a big henchman. See, Hugh Jackman as Stanley.
In order of appearances.
So, I enjoy this movie. I honestly do think that if you have not seen Swordfish, it is a good enough watch to warrant seeing it. The issue that I have with making that claim is that it is currently owned by Warner Brothers, and I don't think it's on. The Warner Brothers, platform, which right now is HBO, right?
I can't say.
Okay.
Like this movie has demonstrated over the years, it has staying power. Like, I've had at least a half dozen opportunities to watch this movie on TV.
Selling John Travolta as a villain becomes easier thanks to this movie, and he ends up in several other villain roles from this movie. I mentioned Taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3 already, and I know that he's a villain in a couple of other movies in between these two. I just don't remember what they are.
Lap dance.
I don't actually have much else to say about this movie. It's an enjoyable watch. I like the soundtrack. All the actors do good performances, and I think doing a decent dumb popcorn flick every once in a while is good for us. Sit down, enjoy a movie, have fun with it.
I think so too. Definitely a fun popcorn flick.
Yeah.
Like this This movie is not going to change your life, but it may change how you feel from when you started the film from when you ended it. And yeah, right now I feel a lot of calming down of sorts happening, which of course is following the excitatory phase of me watching freaking action-packed romps such as this.
All right, everyone. Next time it'll be Cloud's turn to pick out a movie, because my next project is gonna take me forever to fucking edit and make. Well.
Well, we'll make it fun.
Be safe, everybody.
And thank you very much for watching Rocket Rabbit Commentaries.